Alright, welcome. Today we're doing something different. I'm just going to show my build, what do I run as item, and how I do it, and maybe some tricks and tips that can help some of you. We don't know. For the gear, it's a very particular gear because I wanted something unique. So I went for shocking heals, shocking fortification and resilient, but I strongly don't advise you. Shocking heals is not a good perk, not for now at least. It's fine. I feel like I do not need freedom. If you're a light player, I don't feel like you need freedom. If you play so well, you can play without freedom. It's not a need. I have one elemental aversion with one perker, and one physical aversion with one perker. Those are my two only perks I'm using, because I'm a main armor, not a main great axe. For the amulet, something classical. I have Frost, Stamina, and Health. I use Champion Ring. I used to use this ring, which cost me around 2 million and fucking all my sanity. But I end up not using it because of the crit chance rework. So I'm using just Champion Rings and a classical ring with Healthy Toast. I use Skin on my Great Axe because I want to have 32% chance of crit, 12 plus 7. And as an armor, just Enchanted, Arboral and King Dragon. You can do. I play this build like most of the time with only two perkers, like Enchanted Abyssal on both weapons for a very long time. If you get a bonus, it's better. But for the Great Axe, I mainly recommend to have Kin on it. Kin is super good as a light. It gives you lifesteal, it gives you sustain, and you want to crit to lifesteal. Why you want to crit to lifesteal? If you're getting attacked in the fort, you see those little dummies. When you crit, they will heal you for 400 a hit, around that. So if you are 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2, usually what I like to do is I just go here, I crit, and if I do a rip like this with the players, I can get back 1/3 of my HP bar because of it. And it also fucks the tracking of the enemy, which I kinda like. Alright, into the build. On my split I use a 3-7 to 204, sometimes 3-6 to 2-3, just to get the +2/+2, and then when it stops, I just like to have 13k HP. Well, that's pretty much it, there's nothing else to it. Great Axe, this is my tree. For wars, I remove this perk for this perk, for more damage. I'm not using Gravity Well because Gravity Well is locking you into an animation that will end up to your death. In this build you are super squishy, like anything can kill you. This is not a good or strong build. This is a F tier build for real. But once you master it, it's cool to play. But it's not fun at the beginning. Like, you're going to die a lot. You need to duel people a lot. You need to learn all the matchup. And once you do, you got the effect of surprise, I will say. This is the only advantage you have, because no one is playing this shit. No one is used to fight against this shit. That's pretty much it. This is a bad build, but no one is used to fight against it. So it can surprise some players. The main thing you have to learn in this build is stamina recovery must always be procced on your armor. You must yield your armor when you proc stamina recovery. So when you see that your HP bar is going under 50%, switch to your armor, proc it, you get full stamina back and dodge, and then you switch back to your Great Axe to get another 40 stamina back. This is super important. This is like the key of all your fighting abilities. If you don't master this stamina, if you don't master the stamina bar, you're pretty much fucked. So nothing special here. My Storm is mainly used to hit enemy projectile or Gravity Well or stuff like that, or sometimes to do a nice pull. or a finisher when you know when you fight someone that is running around you and dodging like sideways around you. What you do is like you load an AV and you can track him 360. Alright, or you just milestone it and you just bring it back to you. This is mainly for that, to fight those fuckers and to hit projectile. This is an anti-range spell. I use it mainly for hitting spells, not for damage. I don't give a fuck about the damage. Beside of war, sometimes it's a good finisher with this perk. Otherwise, it can be a source of life steal with crits and shit, but pretty much this is a support milestone. Rip is insane, and charge. Charge level 3, no one is really using it, but this thing deals a metric shit ton of damage. 165% damage is a lot, alright? When you charge, you just end up your charge with a right click, and it does a little slashy, and this thing, if you do it max range when you are used to it, it's basically an execute. I mean, no, not an execute, but it's a very, it's super hard. Then onto the armor. This is what I use. So, explanation. I use this because the shockwave, if I shockwave like one enemy, it will be always around 400 HP win. So if I shockwave 2 enemies, it's 800. I mean, you do the math, right? This is obvious. And I like Guardian Speed associated to facilitated expedition. What it means is, if you have like an improve opal on it, you just hit a dummy and see I get aced. Alright, so when I'm getting attack, I do this attack, and anything I do thanks to the opal buff, I get aced. Yee! So you're super fast, so you can go like this into run. You always want to run with your armor on because you get 10% more damage resistance when you run with it. But if you're getting harassed by a lot of players and there is a target in front of you, you switch to a Great Axe to get your speed from the Great Axe. Alright. Last thing, this perk is never used by anyone because I'm a right clicker enjoyer, and this perk is really good. You can hit a full bruiser combo, shockwave, dodge, spin, gravity well without taking any damage. And usually, since they use shockwave in their combo, they will wrecking ball you when you are stam out. So, but stam out won't last long enough, and it will allow you just to shockwave them and just combo them yourself. And it's just so useful. Like you can just buy out so much time with this only perk if you use it well. And since you have a very bad class, sometimes you just need your CD up and you don't want to dodge because you have a sudden shield at your face. You just want to block him, win time, get your CD back. And when he is locked into an animation, because when you block, the player will do like an heavy attack. At the end of every fucking heavy attack, there is a lockdown animation. It means the guys cannot react to it. And at this very moment, you either armor breaker or whatever spell you have in the end. Also about armor breaker, people think it's only for shockwave and wrecking ball combos. This is absolutely wrong. Armor breaker has a fucking huge range. Once you master it, I will show you on the dummies. From here, I should be able to armor breaker this thing. See, the range is this. It's not like just close to me. It's not this, the range. The range is literally this. Maybe I'm a bit too far here. Yeah, this should do. Yeah, easy. So armor breaker has a huge range and people really underestimate it. So you can surprise like BBs, for instance. You run at them, they think you're going to do disable, and you just do an armor breaker and no one expects it. Never ever. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Alright. Thank you for watching. I will go back to holidays now, so I will be back before September. I will post the First Light event we did today as a tribute to First Light. Rest in peace, First Light. We will miss you. Alright, see you guys.